Hello everyone, this is Milan. In today's video, I want to talk quickly about how to prevent injuries and the beneficial things about stretching, foam rolling, and all that kind of things that you are probably not doing, but you should. So injury prevention come to my mind because in the past week and in the past few weeks, I struggled a lot with not injuries, because I wouldn't say that injuries, but my shoulder was pretty fucking bad. It hurt a lot, and I just said that it's probably not right. So I started to optimize my workout in a way and do exercises in a way that my shoulder isn't compromised as much. Okay, first thing. Then next week, I hurt my ankles a lot because of basketball, probably. The past weekend, I had a pretty fucking terrible knee pain. Actually, I could not walk, especially if you sit down for a while and then got back up, and it just hurt it so much that I couldn't even load it too much for basically the entire Sunday, because I pushed it too hard on my previous 2 leg days, and I felt it. And the reason was, as it turned out, that I talked to a few of my friends that are really inclined in this stuff, and obviously they are learning this in university. And she said to me that basically, so she gave me a few questions to think about it and to answer to her, to get to know what the problem is. And after she got the answers, she said that it's probably because I have some tight muscle on my legs that are pushing my knees nerve, one of my nerves in my knees, and probably that's causing the pain first. And obviously it was a little bit just overloaded, and I have to rest it for a few days. So this is why I want to talk about a little bit about injury prevention and about stretching and foam rolling. So first of all, injury prevention. The best way to prevent injuries is to use lower fucking weight, bro. Lower weight and good form. That's the 2-way. And try to use exercises that are not loading too much on your joints. And how to use lower weight. 2 things you need to consider. Use lower weight in a sense that you should prioritize time under tension a little bit more. So meaning that you should slow down the negative section of the movement. So not like jacking up everything and throwing down. You just gotta, okay, so how to slow down your reps and how to use lower weights but still has an intensive fucking workout is one way is to slow down your reps, as I said. So slow down your reps by using 1 minute, 1 second positive and 3 second negatives. Okay, and that's going to meaning that your 1 rep is going to consist of 4 seconds, and it don't have to be 3 seconds actually in the negative. Just try to slow it down as much as possible. But if you are over slowing it or slowing it too much, then that's gonna cause another problem. So just slow it down a bit. Okay, don't just use it as a fucking excuse, or I don't know. Okay, so next way to use slower weight is by pre-exhausting the muscle. I talked about it in my previous videos. Basically, when you are doing a heavy leg workout, you don't put your squat first, you put your squat last, and basically doing everything else first and then your squat. That way you can have a lower impact squat, and it's just going to help you to use lower weight. Okay, so the third way how to prevent injuries is basically to do not compromise your lifts and do not compromise your exercises. What that means is basically, if an exercise is hurting you, don't fucking do it. I made this mistake millions of times, and I don't want to make this as well. So basically, for example, if I do a hack squat which is hurting my knees, I don't do it again. So this was my take on it again, because I did hack squat a lot of times, tried it, Tried it for weeks, and it hurt my knees. Okay, stop. Tried it again. Hurt. Okay, stop. This was the thing, by the way, that injured my fucking knees, so I'm just not gonna go there again. It's a fucking great exercise, but not everybody can do it. So if it's hurting you, for example, if you can't squat as to grass, then don't do it. Don't squat as to grass. Parallel is fine. If you can't squat to parallel, then probably I would choose another exercise, because the range of motion will get slow, too little slim that it's not gonna be effective. So that's another way. Okay, so the 3 ways of how to prevent injuries quickly. First ways to prevent injuries is use less fucking weight by slowing your reps down, using great form, and pre-exhausting. That's the 3 best way. And second way of preventing injuries is using machines, using exercises that don't compromise any of your joints. If it's hurt, don't do it. I don't care how good an exercise is or what others said. If it's hurting your knees, your elbows, any kind of joints, don't do it. By the way, this usually happens because you get much more stronger, easier than your joints. So basically you grow faster in muscle than in joints and in bone and all kind of stuff. And basically this usually happens because of this. But if you slow your progression down a little bit in terms of strength numbers and load capacity by increasing the rep ranges, so don't just do 5 to 6 reps, because you can get stronger on 5 to 6 reps much more quicker, maybe sometimes. But if you use a wider rep range, so for example 4 to 8 rep range, that's going to be a long fucking walk to get to from 4 reps to 8 reps. That's going to be taking you 6 to 10 weeks even to get that one weight up. So this is why I advise you to widen your rep ranges much more. So use like 8 to 12 or 10 to 15, like something like that. And lastly, what I said and what I want to talk about is stretching and foam rolling. So now this is one of my biggest priority, and as you can see in my last video, that's a really great stretching routine actually, which I highly recommend you to do. And basically it's nothing extra ordinary. I just stretch my legs all the time, my hamstrings, my quads, and of course my abductor, adductor, and my hips, because my hips is usually locked. So this is why you should be stretching your hips, and most of the people have locked hips, which meaning that they can't do a lot of shit because of that. And by the way, stretching is a really great way to get into positions and do exercises that otherwise would compromise you. So if you have, for example, squat is a compromised exercise for you and your knees hurt, it's maybe because you are not stretching enough. Or for example, if sumo deadlifts are a compromised exercise for you, because it was for me, and after I stretched for a month, it was totally fine, and I gained like 70 pounds, so like 45 kgs or so, 40 kgs on my sumo deadlift with just stretching. And foam rolling is, by the way, a great way to, first of all, stretch, second of all, to mitigate some of the muscle damage in terms of less fatigue, less soreness, and all that kind of stuff. So this is a win-win situation, because you get stretch as well as reduce soreness a little bit. So this is all, guys, and I think you should be prioritizing injury prevention over the rehabilitation. Obviously, it's pretty fucking simple. So guys, lower your weights, use better form, use slower reps, use exercises that do not compromise you, stretch, and foam roll. This is the 6 things that I beg you to do. And I'm not, okay, and don't get me wrong here, I'm not saying to use fucking low weights. Use heavy ass weights, but make sure that these 6 things are in line with your principles. So if you can go and push and bench 50 kgs per side with a great fucking form, with a slow rep range and without compromise, then go at it. But if you can do it, then just lower it to 40 kgs, bro. It's not gonna hurt you. And if you so wanna get so fucking strong, then you will get it. Just keep grinding, bro. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative, and if you do, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next one. Have a nice day, guys.